Lesson 110, U.S. Customary Units of Length. Your focus for this lesson is to be able to convert yards to feet and feet to inches. You're going to examine measurement scales and convert from larger to smaller units using the U.S. customary measures of length. But first, let's do the warm-up, which is our mental math and fluency. What I want you to do for the following problems is to estimate the difference. And estimating means you're going to be rounding. So your first two numbers are 43 minus 26. Hopefully you're remembering your roller coaster, and the 3 is telling you to let the 4 alone. So this number would become 40. And the 6 is telling you to round the 2 up one place. So this would be 30. 40 minus 30 is 10. The next one, 67 minus 52. 7 is telling you round the 6 up one place, so that would be 70. And the 2 is telling you, hey, leave the 5 alone. So 70 minus 50 is 20. And the final problem states 84 minus 39. Well, the 4 is telling the 8 to leave it alone. So 80 minus, and the 9 is telling you to round the 3 up to 4. So 80 minus 40 equals 40. In order to be able to answer the questions accurately, I want you to go get a yardstick and a ruler. Pause the tape now and go get those two items. Now that you're back, try to answer the following two questions. Would a toddler be closer to 2 feet tall or 2 yards tall? So what you should do is maybe with a partner, place your 2 rulers together and see that what 2 feet tall looks like. Now place the 2 yardsticks together and look how tall that is. You should be realizing that a toddler would be closer to 2 feet tall. Now let's look at the next question. Would a 4th grader be closer to 4 feet tall or 48 inches tall? Well, one ruler is 1 foot, and that's 12 inches. So 2 rulers would be 24 inches. 3 rulers would be 36 inches, and 4 rulers would be 48 inches. So it would be either answer, because 4 feet tall is 48 inches. A measuring scale and how to convert it. Go ahead and get out your math journal page and turn it to page 24. On this page, you should be noticing at the top the measurement scales. The measurement scales are just showing you how 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, and 3 feet is 36 inches. So 1 yard equals 3 feet or 36 inches. That's why it's lined up that way. I want you to do page 24 by yourself, and when you're done, I want you to bring it back to me so that I can look at it. Pause the tape now and do page 24. Now that you're back from checking in with me, I want you to do page 25. I didn't want you to do page 25 in the math journal previously because that would be a lot of questions to get incorrect if you don't really understand it. So hopefully after checking in with me, you get it better and you can finish page 25 on your own and get them correct. So be sure to pause the tape now and do page 25. Checking in with me, those were the answer pages, so I'm going ahead and I'm moving on. And this again is just showing you what the correct answers were. All right, now I have some questions for you. What happens when we convert a large measure of length, such as feet, to a smaller unit, such as inches? What did you notice about that? You should have noticed that it takes a lot more of the smaller units to equal the larger units. And that's simply because that's the way that we measure, is in inches, feet, and yards. So what would happen if we converted from a smaller unit of length, such as feet, to a larger unit, such as yards? Well, the numbers get smaller because 3 feet is a bigger number, and that's equal to 1 yard, which is a smaller number. That is U.S. customary measurement length. So, both a hippo and a polar bear reach a length of about 3 yards. What is the combined length of the two animals? Well, think about this. A hippo and a polar bear each reach of about 3 yards. So what's the combined length? Well, if this was yards and we combined it together, you should notice 6 yards, because 3 plus 3 is 6. So how can we use a measurement scale to find the number of feet? Well, if we look, 3 yards is 9 feet. So if we doubled 3 to get 6 yards, we would double the 9 to get 18. So that's how many feet is in 6 yards. Solve the problem. This is looking at number 5. Complete the measurement scale. An Adian condor is about 4 feet tall, and a raven is about 2 feet tall. What is the combined height of the two birds in inches? Well, if 1 inch is 12, you should know 2 inches is twice as much, which is 24. 3 feet, well, that'd be 3 12 inches, so 12 plus 12 plus 12 would be 36. 4 feet would just be another 12 inches on top of 36, which would be 48. 5 would be another 12 on top of 48, which would be 60. And 6 would be a total of 72. Look at my increments. Feet-wise, I'm only going up by 1. But inches, I'm going up by 12. So what is the combined height of the two birds in inches? Well, we have 4 feet plus 2 feet is 6 feet total, which is 72 inches. Units of length. The salt water, and this is going back to page 25, crocodile can grow to be 7 yards long. The manatee and the American alligator can each grow to be 5 yards long. What is the combined length of the 3 animals in feet? Well, if the saltwater crocodile can be 7 yards, I would think, to figure out this answer, 7 times 3, because it's how many feet are in a yard, equals 21. The manatee and the American alligator can each grow to be 5 yards. Well, I'd have to do 5 times 3 equals 15. But both of them were 15. So what's my total in all? 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. I carry the 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. 51. So my answer is 51 feet. Now down to the next answer. The giraffe is the tallest land animal in the world. It can be up to 19 feet tall. The height of the tallest giraffe combined with the height of the African elephant is 35. What is the height of the elephant in inches? Well, first, we know we have the feet. So let's do that. So the combined height is 35. But the giraffe is 19. So we have to take that off to figure out how tall the elephant is. We have to trade. We take 1 away from the 3. That makes that a 2. We put that 1 in front of the 5, so 15 minus 9 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. So it's 16 feet. But it says it wants it in inches. Well, what I have to do is, since there's 12 inches in 1 foot, I have to do 16 times 12. Wow. Well, I know 16 times 10 is 160. So that would leave 2 left, and 2 times 16 is 32. So my answer when I add that together is 192. That's how many inches tall the elephant is. Number 8, a blue whale is 28 yards in length. A North Pacific right whale is 17 yards in length. What's the difference in length between the two? Difference means I'm subtracting. So I got 28 yards minus 17 yards. So first it's simple subtraction. 8 minus 7 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. But that's in yards. And they want it in feet. So I have to do 11 yards times 3 because there's 3 feet in 1 yard. So what's my answer? My answer is 33 feet. And try this. The reticulated python is the longest snake in the world, and it can measure up to 33 feet. The Barbados thread snake is the smallest known species of snake. It averages slightly under 4 inches in length. Estimate the difference between the length of a Barbados thread snake and the reticulated python. Well, my estimate, it can measure 33 feet, and really 4 inches in length would be 1 feet. But if I'm rounding, I would say 30 feet minus 1 would equal 29. I know there are 12 inches in a foot, so the thread snake is less than a foot. And if the python is 33 feet, the thread snake is only a foot. I would take 30 minus 1 to get 29, but in actuality, 33, if I was looking for a more accurate answer, minus the 1 would equal approximately 32 feet. 32 and 29 are close. So right here are your answers. You can skip this page and go on. I've already given that to you. So what strategies did you use to convert from larger units to smaller units? Well, did you look at your ruler? Did you look back at some of the other pages that gave you hints on how to convert, like on page 24? That would be an excellent way for you to know how to convert those numbers and measurements. Spin it round we are not doing today. And sorry, that's just showing you the sheet once again. Make an array for 4 times 4. An array is simply a drawing that represents 4 by 4. So I would just take dots and I would draw 4. So that means it's got to be 4 by 4 means now I got to do 4 up and down and 4 across. This is an array of a 4 times 4. 4 rows times 4 columns gives me a total of 16. 3 times 6, this is a multiplication symbol. So that means I'm going to have 3 in a row, 1, 2, 3, or in a column. But I have to have a total of 6 of those this time. This is called an array. Make sure there's a difference between a array that you draw when we learn about lines, line segments, and rays versus an array that we draw to represent a number problem. So 3 times 6, I have 3 in a column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 18. Now you need to go to Math